Ladies and gentlemen, this is a major breaking development affecting millions of pensioners across the United Kingdom. If you, or someone close to you, relies on the winter fuel payment to keep warm during the coldest months of the year, then you must stop what you're doing and pay attention. The Department for Work and Pensions, the DWP, has just confirmed a dramatic U-turn that will completely change how the £300 winter fuel payment is handed out this year. This is not the good news many of us were expecting. In fact, for thousands of households, it could mean a very difficult winter ahead, because the government has now announced that 4 entire groups of pensioners who previously received this payment without question are about to lose it altogether. For years, this winter fuel payment has been a vital safety net. It was universal. It was simple. It was reliable. It was money you could count on, arriving just before Christmas, to ensure that you could heat your home during the most expensive, most dangerous time of year. But now, that safety net has been cut for many, and the consequences could be devastating. So in this extended update, we're going to break down every single detail you need to know. Who exactly has been excluded under the new rules? Why the DWP suddenly changed its position just weeks before payments were due? The real impact this decision will have on pensioners' lives. How you can check your eligibility step by step. What to do if you think you've been unfairly excluded. And most importantly, what alternative support is still available to help you stay warm and safe this winter. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand, what action you must take, and how to protect yourself and your family during what could be one of the most difficult winters in a decade. Welcome to Pensioners Power, your trusted source for everything you need to know about pensions, retirement planning, and financial wellness. Here, we cover the latest news, expert insights, and essential updates to help you maximize your retirement years. Whether it's understanding pension schemes, making the most of your savings, or staying informed about financial changes, you're in the right place. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Now, let's jump right into today's topic. To understand the scale of this U-turn, we first need to remind ourselves what the winter fuel payment is and why it matters so much. For millions of pensioners, this £300 payment isn't just a bonus or a perk. It's survival money. It's the difference between being able to switch on the heating on a freezing January morning or shivering through the cold. It's the difference between staying warm and healthy or risking illness, hypothermia, and hospitalization. The payment was originally introduced as part of the government's emergency cost of living support package when energy prices exploded during the crisis of 2021 and 2022. At that time, bills were doubling and even tripling, leaving older people terrified about how they would cope. The £300 payment came on top of the standard winter fuel allowance and was designed to cover the harshest months from November through to March, when heating costs are at their peak. And crucially, until now this payment was automatic. You didn't need to apply. Universal. If you were over state pension age, you received it regardless of your income. Reliable, arriving in your account like clockwork every winter. It gave older households one less thing to worry about. It meant they could plan, budget, and know they would be able to keep their homes warm. That's why today's announcement has caused such shock and anger. Because for the first time, this payment will no longer be guaranteed. So what exactly has changed? Earlier this year, the government publicly reassured the nation that pensioner support would continue in full. Ministers promised stability. Charities urged older people not to worry. But now, with just weeks to go before the first winter fuel payment letters are due to land on doormats, the DWP has confirmed a dramatic narrowing of eligibility. In simple terms, they are no longer treating the payment as universal. Instead, they say it must be targeted at those most in need. According to insiders, this decision has been driven by budget pressures, rising government spending on benefits and welfare, deficit reduction targets, an attempt to bring down borrowing, political pressure from MPs who argue wealthy pensioners shouldn't receive universal handouts, cost savings with the Treasury under pressure to reduce overall welfare spending. But while these reasons might make sense on paper, for real pensioners who are relying on this money, it feels like betrayal. Charities have described the decision as reckless and heartless. Advocacy groups warn it will leave thousands scrambling to find ways to pay bills, just as temperatures drop. Now, let's get to the heart of this announcement. Who exactly will no longer qualify for the £300 payment? The DWP has confirmed 4 groups of pensioners are being cut off. Pensioners living abroad in warmer countries. If you live in Spain, Portugal, Greece, or similar countries, you will no longer receive the payment. The government's argument: you don't need help with heating in warmer climates. But critics say this ignores pensioners living in rural areas abroad, where winters can still be harsh. Pensioners with significant savings who don't qualify for pension credit. Even if you're on a modest income, if your savings are above the threshold, you'll be excluded. This has sparked anger, as many argue that savings are being punished. High-income retirees above a new cap. If your retirement income is considered too high, you will no longer qualify. The DWP claims it is unfair for taxpayers to subsidize wealthier pensioners. Mixed-age couples where one partner is below state pension age. If one partner doesn't meet the age requirement or isn't on a qualifying benefit, both may lose the payment. For many couples, this feels deeply unfair, especially those who have always received the payment in the past. This is the most radical shake-up of the scheme since it was created, and it will affect not just a few hundred people, but tens of thousands of households across the country. So how do you find out if you're still entitled? Here's your step-by-step guide. Look out for your letter from the DWP. These will start arriving in late October. They will clearly confirm whether or not you will receive the £300 top-up. Double-check your state pension age and residency status. Visit the official gov.uk website to confirm you meet the criteria. Review your savings and income. If you're close to the new threshold, consider applying for pension credit. Even small awards can unlock the payment. If you live abroad, check your country's eligibility. Some countries remain on the qualifying list. Others have been excluded entirely. This is absolutely essential. Do not assume you will automatically get the payment this year. Even with these exclusions, the payment schedule remains unchanged. Letters issued, late October 2025. Payments made, November to mid-December 2025. Deadline to report missing payments, 31 January 2026. Mark these dates in your calendar. Missing the reporting deadline could mean missing out altogether. The government may see this as a simple cost-saving measure, but for real pensioners on the ground, losing £300 is devastating. Heating rationing. Many will cut back on heating hours, putting their health at risk. Cold-related illnesses. We will likely see a rise in flu, pneumonia, and hypothermia. Debt and arrears. Energy companies are already warning of higher arrears this winter. Social isolation. Pensioners may retreat to their beds to stay warm, cutting off vital social contact. Charities like Age UK are warning that this could directly lead to more excess winter deaths, a tragedy that could have been prevented. If you've been excluded, you still have options. Here are the schemes you can turn to. Pension credit apply even if you think you won't qualify. A small award could unlock other benefits. Warm home discount, worth £150 off your bill. Local council support schemes, discretionary payments may be available. Energy supplier grants, speak to your provider about special funds. Charity Assistance, British Gas Energy Trust and others provide one-off grants. Don't sit in silence. Reach out, apply, and ask for help. If you think the DWP made a mistake, here's how to fight back. Call the Winter Fuel Payment Centre and explain your situation. Provide evidence proof of age, residency, and financial details. If rejected, request a mandatory reconsideration in writing. As a last resort, escalate to an independent tribunal. You have the right to challenge. Do not let red tape silence you. This story is still developing. Many MPs are already demanding a review, arguing that pensioners just above the thresholds should not be penalised. It's possible we may see adjustments or even additional support announced later this year. But for now, this U-turn stands. And if you're in one of the excluded groups, you need to act immediately, because once the cold weather sets in, it will be too late. Thank you for watching Pensioners Power. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next video with more insights on the issues that affect the UK. Take care, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the latest updates.